Here we go. Here we go. Alright, we move into it. We'll turn the music down a bit more as well. We can have a little bit of background music, but... So, announcing the Quake Pro League. Here we've got a little logo. So, let's go through. We're literally breaking down everything. If you think I'm being too specific, then I don't know what to say. I was going to be really rude, but you know what? Actually, just bear with me. I'll go with that. So, for over 2 decades, challengers from around the world have competed at international tournaments in Quake, the truest test of skill in esports, for the honor of being crowned the best FPS player in the world. Like, word right there, surely. That's a pretty good opening first sentence, I think, to honor, I'm just using the word they're using, to honor what, like, Quake esports really is to esports. It is the truest test of skill. And I believe that. I think there's a lot of esports out there which are, you know, this is like a segue tangent subject that I'm sure we could go into loads of detail about. But there's a lot of esports that are good at testing certain skills and so on, but I really think that, like, Quake, specifically Duel, tests almost more than any others at the same time. And I think this is a really good way to kind of, to pay homage, really, to actually how meaningful a lot of us find the esports of Quake. So, now into some more informative stuff. This year at QuakeCon 2019 in July, we're kicking off the brand new Quake Pro League, where the best players in the world compete to shape their legacy. Right on. We're getting... These are some nuggets right now. These are nuggets. Maybe we can turn these into boulders somehow. Like I said, not the best in Quake, but best FPS. Right? Like, totally right there, Magic. It's good to highlight this. And I think it should be absolutely hype, right? If something like this is happening, you need to be really pushing it. Like, Quake is the absolute tits, excuse my language. 20 pre-selected players, which I'm sure we can speculate about soon, will face off in a year-long linear tournament structure with multiple opportunities for champions to rise and rivalries to form, and where the best of the best will not only claim the title, they'll have to defend it. Alright. Got some information to work with over here. We've got 20 players. It goes into more detail about that. Okay, yeah, in the next bit. Let's go into this bit now, okay? Because this is a calendar sync error, okay? This is a calendar that I was talking about. It's got August to August. It's got some bits and bobs in it. There's stage 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I have here is the image itself. Now I'm trying to understand what it's saying on these little badges. And I've got a special detective who's been helping me on this case. So I think I kind of know what it's about. And I'm even doing some research in terms of dates of events that are happening in these possible locations that they've kind of read. I'll be honest, I can't really read the text here. So we go zoom. We zoom in hard. So this is happening this is the only one that I can kind of read even a little bit. Don't know, go in. Enhance. So I think that says Luca, right? Exactly, Sinker. Exactly. I think this is Luca. It's around the same time of year that last year and the year before that we had the Italian Esports Open. So we're kind of pinning our thoughts on it. And I can kind of make up the L and the 2 C's. So we'll roll with that. So can we stay across this horizontal? Alright, now I don't really know about this. Like, I genuinely, I saw that. I was like, I don't know. That says hello on it. I don't know. I'm not looking at this Quake Pro League bit. I'm looking at the word right below there.
Out.
And some thoughts are Milan, is what people have said. Like, and I'm like, okay, interesting. I don't really know the occurrences of Milan. It is ESL. I think ESL have run some stuff in Milan, so kind of makes sense. By the way, word tell with man, there's 68 goddamn months. That's ludicrous. Thanks very much, Chris. I really, really appreciate that. And I love you very much. But yeah, Milan, possibility. Have something going on in Milan. Where was the UGC? Was it UGC held in Milan, or was that held somewhere else in Italy? I didn't go, unfortunately, and it was like 10 years ago, but there's the suspicions there, Milan. Now this one, I can kind of make out the L there. There's an L in that, so Milan is possible. Here, don't know. Cannot read a single word of it. But some people have, like, in ZLive Discord, and I know FaZe did some research, seems to think that this is Katowice. But I thought that Katowice event happened kind of around this block of time here, around the January to March. But being told there's possibly some Katowice stuff going on there. So, maybe. And then, of course, we go along. We got QuakeCon 2020. Makes a lot of sense. All right, let's go back to our original sizes. So those are there's stages in between. There's challenges. So there's challenges of the arrows up. I guess challenges rise up at these events somehow. Let's look and see if we get any more clues on that. Thinking. Usually was near Venice. Oh, okay. It wasn't in the land itself. All right, understood. Okay, so the Quake Pro League kicks off at QuakeCon 2019 and runs until QuakeCon 2020. The world's best players, 10 from NA/SA, so North America/South America. This is an interesting point that we'll go into more detail soon. And 10 from EU/CIS will compete at QuakeCon 2019 to earn their global ranking and begin their journey in the Quake Pro League. Alright, so numbers of players from each region, the specific regions, global ranking. These are interesting things that we want to look at. Global ranking I'm like super curious about. I don't really know how to speculate more on that other than QuakeCon results will lead to a global ranking. I don't know if like any global ranking will be taken from any prior results at all, or if it's going to be how it's influenced on any level, but I mean, I guess this is kind of how we look at it. A new competitive mode, Time Limit Duel, has been tailor-made for the Quake Pro League to showcase the insane skill these diverse players possess, allowing for a wider margin of control and the chance for fan-favorite comebacks. I mean, there's definitely the comebacks in Time Limit Duel are, I think, preferred compared to the Round Limit Duel. It's overall, we've had a lot of exciting duels in Round Limit. We've had a lot of exciting duels prior to Quake Champions with Time Limit. And I think the hype that you get when you get an exciting game, again, it's something I talk about regularly on my normal streams. The hype you get in Time Limit when the big comebacks happen are like almost unparalleled within gaming. What was I looking at there? Yeah, and I like the wording they use there. Show the insane skill these diverse players possess. Yeah, and good. Like, continuing to praise how nutty the players truly are. Yo, Stoneman, thanks very much for 10 months, by the way. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, and if you do !esports, then you can see the link to the announcement. You can go to this page directly yourself. Or you can look at it here. Okay, so we're going to go into more detail here. I think after. This will be something good to do after we've got through the announcement a little bit. And we can start talking about players. Because I have a lot to talk about there. And, you know, we'll just segue a little bit too hard. The QPL is divided into 4 stages. Each stage features 10 weeks of online competition. 10 weeks, Jesus. Culminating in a major offline event where players will be flown out to compete face-to-face in guaranteed prize purse matches. So each day, 40 weeks. So we're getting regular content right here, which is, I think, kind of what we all want, right? Yo, 4K, hey Jackie, thanks very much for the Prime sub, dude. Hope you're good. Where was I? Matchups will be based on players' current global rankings, but caution to players who drop in rank as new challenges are always waiting. So I think that's kind of paying hint to like what happens in these kind of areas. And I'm also curious, the matchups are based on current players' current global rankings. I don't know if that's determined on seedings or... I think there's only a limited amount we can deduce from that at the moment. Or how many matchups players will have. I don't know. Again, I feel like we're being teased a little bit, but you know what? I don't mind a bit of teasing. Teasing's fine. Quake challenges. While the Quake Pro League will showcase the current best players in the world, hungry challengers will have their chance to unseat the pros in the Quake challenges. Weekly online competitions in parallel to the Quake Pro League are open to all players in North America, South America, whoa, okay, that's crazy, Europe, and CIS region. The top 4 highest ranked challengers, 2 from NA/SA and 2 from EU/CIS, in a stage will also be flown to offline events. Word. These challengers will receive guaranteed prizing and have the opportunity to unseat the lowest ranked Quake pros in relegation matches, thus taking their Pro League seat in the next stage. Now, that becomes pretty hype. The stuff on the line here, where you have these like relegation games, these are usually like incredibly exciting when you see them happening in other games. It is pretty hype. There's a lot on the line. And I don't like, even if the prize itself, monetary prize, almost doesn't mean anything. It's like the bragging rights, all the shame of losing your spot in the Pro League. You know, I mean, it's a pretty harsh word, but would suck to have a Pro League spot and lose it, right? Like, it means you kind of got to work hard to keep it. You can't just coast by and hope for the best. Presumably, if you do badly during the Pro League stages, then, you know, you've really got to up your game if you want to keep your spot there. Where was I? Schedule following QuakeCon 2019. The first league games will start in August with weekly online studio broadcasts every Sunday. So, 40 Sundays? That's some content right there. 40 Sundays within a year and a month. Word. Where was I again? Hello. Every Sunday. The offline major and minor events will occur during November 2019, February 2020, May 2020, and conclude at QuakeCon 2020. Get ready to root for the best FPS players in the world. Not the best Quake players in the world. The best FPS players. That's goddamn right. Goddamn right. Meet the pro. Oh, okay. Right. I didn't actually see this before. But I guess following this announcement, who the hell knows when, we'll actually find out the people that are in fact going to be involved in all of this. All right. What do you guys make of this? I'm trying to keep an eye on this because I want to guess on the players that are invited, and I can see that Calwers has had a guess. Razy, Wenger, Zron, Kilson, Tox, Avik, Cooler, Sirius, Basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cypher still can't travel to QuakeCon. Can Agent as well? Wait, I need to think of the names. I might even open. Hang on. We'll see if I can notepad something up. We can go. There we go. I can put a notepad here, I can guess. EU/CIS, NH/SA. We can have a stab. What am I wearing? I'm wearing anything that will cool me down at the moment because it's so hot. Yo, what's up, Boldero? Quake is the Formula 1 of esports. Yes. Well, Formula 1 is also like one of the most glamorous, luxurious, highly paid sports. So, in the way it's celebrated, yes, but you know, I hope the commentators get treated like Formula 1. Hey, please. Agent has no USA visa. Claus, how could you miss him? Of course. Oh, did you not write Claus? Okay, so we got some names to get through then, that's for sure. Right, so I think firstly, Claus, he's like won the last 2 QuakeCons, so put him there. I'd also put well, Kilson and Cooler play so highly last year's event, so Cooler, Kilson, Wenger and Razy, because they're in Maestro, they're still like pro players. As much as pro playing is a thing, I would be super surprised if they're not in. Now, who are we going to? Like, I don't think Cypher can go to QuakeCon, so I would put his name in, but I think that he probably won't be there, so what's up, Cooler? I put your name in there, okay? We're just doing guesses and stuff at the moment. People are saying Sirius and Tox. Okay. Sirius and Tox. The ways Tox, the story Sirius has been playing, I think, yeah, that seems pretty likely. Toxic, he's been very active. He's a god. Like, if you want to showcase the best FPS players in the world, like, Forget who's winning stuff in Quake Champions. Forget Rafa. Forget these people, guys. If you want to show someone what FPS gaming is about, what you do is you get toxic and you just put him in a match. And it doesn't matter against who. That is how you demonstrate high quality Quake action. Cypher just tweeted he'll go through the amateur. Oh, interesting. Okay. Zron. So you've got Zron base agent. Let's put these names in. Zron base agent. Oh, cool. Don't worry, man. We're just having some fun, like speculating on it all. I've got Kilson in there already. Let's put this list up a bit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so I mean, there's Zron base agent and Alvec that I added. There's good reasons to add all of them, and if there's 10 going, it means that 1 isn't. Is there any other players? It's like people like Sparty. Even though Sparty didn't really place that highly previously. Garpy, Garpy's been so into like other modes, into other games, sorry. So I would doubt it. He's not been that that active. Unfortunately, Picava and Nico and FaZe. Alright. Great guys, but unfortunately I don't think it would be them just because I don't think they've reached the heights that some of the others have. But is there anyone else? Yeah, Garpy's and Maestro is Apex for Genji. Yeah, Garpy, like, supposedly isn't in, so it would be, like, pretty special if he did come back for it, but I'm not sure. Kaplan. Who am I missing? Am I missing some EU players? There's Hell. Well, I think Hell is almost further out of it than Garpy is. So if I don't, like, I'll put Hell in there. But if Garpy's in the position that he's in, and Hell is in a super similar position, so I would say no. Garpy said he won't be. All right, then I'm taking Hell and Garpy out because I don't think it would be them. Strongest wouldn't. I don't think has reached the heights yet, but strongest I think is definitely someone who will be contending in challenges. I think Silence Emp 2. Bus Driver X was actually alright. I'm going to put Bus Driver X in there just because he had a good game last QuakeCon or something like that. He's actually a decent player, but I also don't think he's marketed himself enough as a dual player, so doubt it. Hell is definitely not playing. You asked. Okay, understood. Evil, I'd love for Evil to be a possibility, but again, I just don't think he's been active. Buckster, I mean, I kind of put him in the similar ballpark to Nico, Picava, and FaZe. CNZ, that is an interesting name. So I'm gonna take Buckster out. CNZ is really interesting. Neutrino is a possibility. Not putting Sturmy in. Sturmy's been inactive since 2017. Or was it 2018? I'm pretty sure 2017. Invite Bus Driver highest meme level. Hal. There's some good names here. Strengths. Strengths did stream recently, so interesting, but I just don't. I have a feeling that no. We're gonna go to NA/SA, but we've got like a lot of names. But I think it's safe to say like the top. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Like, I think these are like the safest bets. And obviously Cypher's name would be in there, but he's like confirmed on Twitter, I think. And also I'm pretty sure he can't make it to QuakeCon for visa reasons anyway. So, as he's confirmed. Lupin, Lexa. I mean, there's some names here that are good, but I doubt Pro League, but I highly suspect competing in a challenger, which is going to make the challenger league really, really exciting. Because if you can think of that many names, guys, and only 10 of them can go in the Pro League, there's still like a crazy competition in Europe on the sidelines. Now, we're going to go down to NA/SA, where things do get interesting, because it's harder for me to think of the names involved. Nico for... Yeah, I think so, from a cave. So... Obviously, okay, let's go with the obvious ones now. Rafa, Dahang, got Chain, Saigib. Like these are the big boys, I'd say, in North America. But the thing is, it's North America and South America, and I think if they're saying South America, there's no way that Nosfer isn't involved. Like, is there any other players from South America that stands out other than Nosfer? Because I don't think so. Yeah, obviously it implies Nosfer. Surely. Ved Medic. Looking Dramis. Sib. These are other names. Now, who else are we looking at? Wait, how many have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chance. Effortless. Sane. Lewis saying Brick. Twitch. Oh, I like that shout out ends. Genic. Joan? Does Jones even play? 04. He's doing it. It's a ruse. It's all for 04. He's created this perfect platform for himself. No, I jest. Obviously 04 is involved in like the creation of this as esports manager. Praise be to 04. Death. That's a good shout. Festive Turtle. I'll put Festive Turtle in there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I know I've played duels against her a while back, but definitely I think she's probably more likely challenger. But again, it's close because when you get down below Ved Medic and maybe like a couple of others scattered around, then it becomes kind of more even. Who else is CZM's in the Europe? 40 Lions. 40 Lions. Am I missing some names here? I swear there's more players that I haven't thought of. And SA, yeah, the one South American is Nosfer. Who said that? Supreme. Waz. That's a good shout on names. Malvo. More good names. Yenim. Oh man. How does he spell his name? Isn't it like this or something? No. Let's just do that. We're doing American and South American, North and South American. Unkind, isn't that like a Russian or Ukrainian player? Lateralols. That rings a bell, but I would not suspect it. Thresh and Reptar. You're just naming like the oldest players you can think of, Vezar. Definitely a 0. My bad, man. Gelisak, I've got a feeling Gelisak won't be too involved, but I'll put it in there because he's definitely a notable player from out there. There's Vu still. I haven't seen him play in a long time. That's a good point. Like, actually, Vu is someone who you could theoretically put up there. Alroy? Are you talking about Jahar's cat? Dewey has already said on Twitter that he won't be involved. Lex CS. Oh man, I would love to see him in Challenger, but I doubt he'll be in Pro. Zorak War again just hasn't like that's huge. He's like honestly one of the people I'm most bummed about that didn't make a transition to Quake Champions because he would have been very exciting. So like Cypher, if you break the visa barrier, yeah, but if that's the question, right? So how many names have we got here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We've got 21 names here. It's a lot of names. We don't know. Like, guys, we do not know who's going. This is a list of players that we think could be going. Let me just clarify that right now. Have no idea. Just thinking about players that are good at the game, right? Invites are given based on last LAN result. I don't know. I have no idea. I guess it's got to be like something to do with it, but because you got to stand out somehow, right? But one thing you got to realize is that there's 10 North America / South. Now let's talk about the controversial stuff here, okay? We're gonna go controversial because I think you kind of have to. I think I might even bring in, like, say, the Australian scene to make some comparisons too. So we know that EU's got a super strong scene, right? Super strong. Compared to all other scenes, we are blessed with a fantastic amount of competitors who play at a really high level, and it creates for exciting content. And we've also been blessed through the years to have like a lot of regular, at least online content, be it community made or, you know, even the odd dream hacks and stuff that happened and lands and so on in general. But the thing is, you've got to look at, they're running 10 from the EU / CIS and 10 from North America, South America. Now that doesn't say like, okay, well, we know that EU's better, so let's just make it even anyway for the sake of it. I think you've got to look at it from like a scheduling point of view, and that there's a lot of stuff going on in this timeline here. So I think it's more like I'd say look at maybe the scheduling and the logistics of getting players to play each other. And if you look at a Quake Pro League, if you're looking at a league format, like imagine doing like 16 players from EU and I don't know, 4 would it be to make up 20? Like, it wouldn't really make too much sense, I think. What about Zoot on EU side? Hey, I'm after the challenges. It becomes tricky. So I think it's like we are super lucky to have this. I think this sounds like a really, really good initiative, and it's not like we've been given like this nugget. So we know what's happening at QuakeCon 2019, and there's something happening at what we think could be Luca that's written there, and then we're kind of figuring things out as we go along. We kind of know straight up what we can expect. We can expect 40 online broadcasts, and we can expect these LAN events to happen within a 12-month period. Pretty sick, right? If we're complaining about that as Quakers, seriously, what is wrong with us as people? And I want to make that comparison of the Australian scene. And if you start adding the Australian scene, that complicates. Okay, it's a shame because they've actually got like some talented players, but at the same time, if you're the amount of expense that you take logistically, time-wise, everything, it becomes. I hope that like if this year's successful, then we can like we get the opportunity to open it up to the Australian circuit. But my opinion, if you took the top 5 players in Australia and the top 5 players in North America, and you try to average their skills out, sure, you've got Rafa and Dahang, that brings the average really high up for North America, but I think the general average of that top 5 might actually be higher for Australia. Disagree with me, I dare you, prove it, guys. Yo, Marky, thanks very much for the 14 months, dude. Hope you're good. I've been talking too long here. Know if the Asian players, hey man, in Korea, Japan and stuff, I hope they come out all guns blazing in 2020. Don't think Gelasak is in. Is that a feeling or a knowing? No Cameron I would put outside of this area. Cameron would be an interesting person in Challenger. Alright, let's go through this. So fairly like Rafa Dahang, surely guaranteed, right? Chain Saigib from North America. I think that's pretty solid. Saigib, if Saigib wants to be playing Duel, then he's definitely someone who deserves to be in Pro League in North America, in my opinion. Nosfer from South America, as far as I'm concerned, is the only person who deserves to be in the Pro League. I think the guy's spectacular talent. Ved Medic. Now, I'm pretty sure at DreamHack Winter last year, he said he was giving up. So I'm not sure he'll be around. I know he's a very studious individual who's working, who's studying engineering or something. He might even be doing a PhD or something like that. Like he's a hyper intelligent guy who I know is very, very career driven. And I think that Quake took a back seat for him over like the last year and a half. And I'll be surprised if he gets involved. TBH. You haven't been seeing Ved. Yeah, that's fair. So I haven't put Cypher in Mega because of visa things, and this is to do with QuakeCon. And FaZe and Cypher, if FaZe is around, I'm sorry, those two names are very different. Dramus, Sib, like, very active, I think. I see them streaming regularly. I think it's gonna be Pro League's gonna be tough for them, but I think they're like up to the cut. I think they kind of deserve it, if that makes sense. Chance, I haven't seen Chance play in so long. Effortless is definite possibility. I know him and Yenim were grinding it. So Yenim and Effortless. I'd say Yenim might be a little stronger than Effortless. At least it was in 2v2. I thought marginally stronger than Effortless. But again, two people who definitely could have a spot there. Sane is someone who, if he's been active at all, definitely deserving. Brick's a tricky one because he's always been a team player. He's always loved like the CTFs. He was all right in 2v2, but I really don't think he found his footing. He's definitely someone who's like active enough to warrant being there. But remember, there's 10 players from North America and South America. Is he within like the cut of top 10? Possibly. Definite possibly. Canapox EU beat Razy on LAN, even if he doesn't have an invite. He deserves. For real, Canapox beat Razy on LAN? Give me the VOD, pretty please. Twitch, my boy Joseph Mooney. Actually, yeah, I'd put him and Brick not too far from each other. I don't know if that's fair. I'd probably put Brick and Twitch like not far from Sib and Dramus. Death, again, I don't have the same story about him as I do for Brick, because he hasn't got like a background of team playing, but he is an active guy in the community. He has got some skills. He's someone who could linger on like the outskirts of that top 10, and possibly find himself in there. I think Festive Turtle I'd probably put more in like top 20 than top 10, I think. I haven't seen a Duel enough, so that's a maybe. Waz, if he wants to, he could definitely be in top 10, and it would be pushing some other people out. Malvo, I don't really know Malvo. Oh, Canapox isn't. Well, I hope Canapox will be playing at least a challenger, unless he's like seriously invited. But I think there's no background on him. No, Death doesn't play EU. He's NA for sure. I really don't know about Malvo. I know he's got some skills, but I really don't know how far his skills extend. Let's talk about Yenem. Laterals. I remember him from Quake Open League. All right, but I'd put him more in the top 25-ish kind of region. Gelasak could be deserving of a space, but that depends if he's playing. And Squeezy Toy has mentioned that it's probably unlikely. Sneak, and I don't remember incidents like that. Lat is. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying I don't think he's top 10. And we've got over 20 players here. Last stream, Avicans said they're going to USA soon. Interesting. Well, I mean, Avicans are on definite possibilities. And if they're going to America on holiday in July, sounds like a possibility. The DMTV guys and Arhont, they're not top 10. Not top 10 for sure, but 3 really, really interesting players to follow in the Challenger League side. I don't know you as a player, Zombie. I obviously don't watch enough NA Cups. Am I missing anybody else from North America and South America? Like, we got a good amount of names here. Avic versus Civ Twitch in a 1v2 would still be unfair for US. That's hilarious.
Balls
Bob and Cat EU. Oh, yo, loom up, man. Thanks for the 12 months, dude. Thank you very much. Noctis, if you read this, come back to your champions. Well, I think Noctis might be occupied with the Diabotical IP. But like, Noctis is always a person that would be deserving of a top spot because he has got some mad skills. He just hasn't played in a long time. Noctis is definitely someone who's got their spot in the history of Quake, right? Don't have, again, Cypher because of visa stuff is the only reason he's not in there. But he's definitely someone I expect to be challenging. And someone who'll be like if we're going into European events here, he's going to be someone who's be fighting the bottom people of the top 10 or whatever in the EU to get a spot in there. So there's a lot of interesting names here. And it is cool that, okay, no matter how you compare North America, South America to EU CIS, and we all the EU players feel that they've got, you know, they're the hot shots. They have the great talent and everything. Either way, guys, we got top 10 basically FPS players in the world from EU and top 10 FPS players in the world from North America. Like we got some unbelievable talent. And the things that all of these players do, no matter whether they become first or last at QuakeCon, they're all insanely talented. And I don't think you can dispute that, right? That's fact. Name Malvo's name's there. Not going if he's that surprised. There's no like I haven't put a list of top or best or worst of these regions. It's just a list for the sake of making a list. I feel like I've missed some names from North America, but I just don't know. I'll check that in a bit. Who's casting the QPL? Dude, I wish we had information on this. I hope I'm able to get involved. Like, I feel like I've been waiting for this kind of thing my whole life, you know? So I hope I can do some of that stuff. There's obviously like a lot of content to be getting involved in. And, you know, I don't know what is necessarily planned for challenges. But, geez, like, I want to get involved in everything, you know? I want to be everywhere. And the people who are already sick of me casting are going to get a hell of a lot sicker if I can do as much as I really want to do, you know? Oh, Buxter, Buktr. I had his name down, but again, I put him in the similar ranks to the likes of the Picavas. A little bit above Nico's and FaZe, for instance. What about Spud Hunter? Don't burn out. Okay. Well, hopefully not. But it's been fairly chill lately, so some marathons of casting I think are well deserved at this point. But yeah, I think we've just about like covered everything. Is there anything here that has not been addressed or speculated upon? Because there's lots of cool stuff in here. I can't wait till we get the Meet the Pros bit. And we actually get to see the names that are going to be there. I saw some discussion already that some players have been streaming a lot of time limit duels, so it raising suspicions as to who's likely to be to be getting involved more seriously in the near term. So I think that's if you start seeing certain players streaming themselves playing time limit duel, I'd possibly pick that up as a clue. If I'm honest, it seems logical. But then now that there's a Challenger League thing going on as well, it's like, okay, well, who knows at this point? It's hard to tell, right? Look at the HTML source code on the website to see the hidden content. Dude, I don't want to hack into this. I also don't know how to do that. What? Inspect. I don't think there's any hidden stuff. I'm going with your trick, spoof. You need 20 spots. We need millions of spots. I just hope that we get some of this time limit duel onto ranked. I hope by QuakeCon. That would be nice. I'd love that. Because I really want to play duel. But if I'm honest, I'm now excited for this time limit duel stuff. And as much as I've enjoyed round limit duel, I'm just not that excited to play round limit duel like I am time limit duel. So I kind of want, I don't know, I want to play some ranked games. Because even though it's not like, oh, you're not playing for money or anything like that, there's something about just seeing the number go up and down when you win or lose that is fun and exciting. Round duel is so last month. I mean, it almost is now, which is unfortunate. But I always think that, okay, one thing that we haven't thought about, we spent a lot of time thinking about, oh, there's 10 players from EU, 10 players from North America, South America. There's time limit duel. There's these events, months, broadcast days, pro, challenger. Has anyone spent time in this stream so far thinking about, but what about round limit? Because the fact that I've been trying to scan chat quite a lot, and I haven't seen someone say yet, oh, but why can't they do this on round limit? Is anyone thinking that way? How will champ picks work on time limit? Would it be blind? Because wouldn't there be counter picks and being second pick as a... Yeah, that is something I guess we'll find out more about, Zuri, because I'm really not sure. Well, I guess it depends. It really, really depends. Thanks, Zuri, for saying it. Like you're saying it, Sir Fortesk. Interesting. Or well, frag limit, round limit. It's similar-ish in a way. I guess like a guide on all of the rules is... I don't even know if that would be public, but I'm sure something will be said because it will be part of the viewer experience in a way to kind of understand how people are picking champions and maps and things like that. Round-based duels are so Overwatch. You gotta figure at least before matches start, rules so it'll be public. Yeah, I mean, I think you're probably right, to be honest. Hybrid system? I don't know. I'd like to see, I wonder if time limit is going to be like the system for all of the stages. Let's go back to the to this. We've got stage 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I wonder if everything's going to be the same, and they're going to make sure whatever happens here is going to happen here, or if there's going to be like changes in between, like chance for feedback to happen, and I don't know, players to feedback, community to feedback, viewers, and so on. Yo, bad news. It was delightful, man. Thank you very much. When is QuakeCon? Isn't it end of next month? It's like a month away, I think. It's in July. I'm pretty sure it's late July. So one thing... I'll say some thoughts I have on it. Like, if we see everyone playing like Galena and Visor, I think that would be slightly upsetting. But I think if they're forced to play... how many champions were like 16? If players are also forced to play like their 16th best champion, I also think that would be upsetting. Because I want to see people play like some of the best champions that they're good at. Because then we're likely to see the best Quake, right? And the best of these players' ability. But I don't want to see like the 16th best of this player's ability. Top 10, maybe, sure. But I think when you get to like 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, it's maybe less so. But again, like we don't know rules, so I'm not really going to speculate on a whole lot of it. Do they play every champion? That's crazy, man. That is totally crazy. So that makes it difficult. I don't know, because I couldn't see myself if I was aspiring to be pro, I couldn't see myself personally playing champions like Clutch. I'd probably struggle with Scale Bearer. I'd struggle with Slash. There might be a couple of medium champions as well. And I'd be like, oh, this is really difficult to like be as good at as I want to be. No bans, but one-time use per matchup. Yeah, that sounds interesting. I quite like the idea of that. So one champ ban plus champ minus. I don't really understand that fully. Top 32 in my prime step in Europe, man. I mean, Challenger would be hard to go with, you know. Oh yeah, that's a really good point. Face it. What's that got to do with anything? Ah, that is a really good question, Visiting Boss. Well, I guess... Well, is it like all the online stuff? It's not they say they like lead up to the events. I guess there'll be something to do with the online portion of things. I don't know if we'll get like a face at LAN, which would be cool. But like if we got some like big orcs face it and ESL working on stuff, like that's pretty neat. Will I be hosting as a commentator at this Discord? I hope so, man. I hope. Well, I don't know about hosting. At least commentating would be nice, but TBD, I guess. Booth says face it will run the online and ESL. I think that sounds like a possibility, right? They definitely can't rule that out. No idea, visiting boss. No idea at all. We also have dude, I'd love to cast some Quake with DDK again. I really, really enjoyed those days. Would be a nice throwback, I think. A lot of top streamers have been all using a similar band pick. The thing is, when I watch streamers doing that system, I don't really understand what's going on. Are they taking bands over across from previous maps, or is it just like arbitrary banning? Like, I don't really understand. Such a hard suit or nothing. But like the matches where you have the relegation games where like the top challenger players face the bottom pro league players, like I want to be there for that spice. I want to see into the players' eyes when they're winning and losing those, and when they're getting promoted and relegated. I want to understand their feelings from the very bottom of their soul, to see the meaning, to see all of it. In NA, there's currently no mirroring. I'm personally not a fan of removing mirroring, but yeah, I don't know. I'm open to anything really. It's just my own preferences. Gone for tomorrow. Thanks very much for the sub, man. Welcome and thank you. They pick ban pick what? They pick ban pick map what? Both ban a champ, then pick the champ they want on the first map and pick champs for. I'm so confused, killing UT. Face cam requirement. Oh god, the land stuff? I think that's essential, man. I think
out.
Chris D90, thank you very much for the 2 months. You're trying to explain. I'm sorry, man. I just can't understand what you're saying. Crap. What was I saying? What was I going with? Yeah. When you have like the player cams at LAN events, I think it makes the events I think it makes Duel is already fun to watch as it is. It's already great fun, but then when you can see the players and their reactions in the moment, it's like 10 times more interesting in my opinion. You can see, and especially like the players who really wear their heart on their sleeve. Is that the right expression? They're super fun. Players like Kilson, I'd say is one. Kilson's always really, really exciting to watch. Rafa's quite cool. You can see like the frustrations here and there. He's not too animated, but he's also not like Tox, for instance. PGL did stuff brilliant, and even the heartbeat stuff. I think it was slightly unreliable. It was still pretty cool. And the thing is, when Tox does eventually move somehow, and show any kind of emotion, it's really exciting because it's Tox, and he's like, oh my god, he moved, he did something. Heartbeat was 0 half the time. I mean, players are just that good. They can literally. They are dead. They don't need to. That's muscle memory for you. I think that's how it works, right? Exactly. Tox breathes. Bass, for example. Bass is always fun. He just seems like happy all the time. I'm trying to think of some of the other players. I really actually enjoyed watching Cygib on camera. I think I was watching. Was it at QuakeCon? Is that QuakeCon that I saw him? I can't remember if it was at PGL. I want to say maybe, but I think it was QuakeCon. And he kind of he was chewing gum so aggressively in his match that, I don't know, I think he was playing versus Tox at QuakeCon, and he's just chewing gum so aggressively. I was like, oh my god, this guy, he looks like he's about to headbang the table and like rip his clothes off or something. It's just hilarious yet impressive amount of focus. It's an IBM Model M, I think. I'm pretty sure it's a Model M. Yeah, I mean, it should be. I haven't glanced too long. Made in 93. That's the original clackety clack, by the way. Can I press the button? You might not hear unless I can keep it close to the microphone. It's what everyone like. Can you hear that? That's the OG clackety clack. I feel like I'm gonna play some music. Sure, map select, coin flip winner, band champ, champ pick, select map, champ, band. But like, bans every map? That seems nuts. Tox hasn't laughed in 13 years. Talk about the what? Visiting boss? Wait, people keep trying to explain what the players are doing in their picks and bans, and I still don't understand. Map pick ban, minus minus, plus plus, minus minus plus. Okay, I get that. Champ ban pick, minus minus, plus plus, minus minus, plus plus plus. What? But they seem to pick stuff like as they get to each map. Tox laugh when he played 2v2. I made Tox laugh once playing him in Duel. There might be a clip somewhere. Absolutely not, Flea, I wish. The Model O map 52. It's going to feel like a feather. I'd be scared to use that. I'd just... my hand would fly off the table. I mean, there's nothing wrong with champion bans. I just don't think you need champion bans for half the champion pool. 2, 3, maybe even 4, possibly. I'd probably rather stick it at 2. Especially if they have that whole system where you're like... you pick a champion at the beginning and then and say map 1 and it's a best of 5, but you can't pick that champion for like any of the possible 4 other maps. Like, I kind of like that system because there is some forced diversity in that, but it's not forced diversity to the point that, well, in case I get banned something else and he bans that and this and that, each map, like if you add it all together and it's like, okay, my champion pool now has to be an effective player, I have to master 14 champions. I think that gets a little bit too excessive. But if you can master like 8 or so and be in you know, in good shape, that would be cool. I think I think that would be kind of hitting the sweet spot. I'm not gonna be able to see these clips now. Put them in my Discord though and I'll look at them later, or else. I mean, it's a way, Piotrski, right? It's I guess it's not like a unanimous thing among people. And I'm really surprised earlier when I was talking about the whole round limit thing and whether people were concerned about that. There were very few people who were like, but what's happening to round limit? So it seems right now that people are kind of content with the direction things are going. How long have we been like? Holy crap. Alright, we've been talking about stuff for like an hour. I might play a little bit of Quake and we can keep talking. But again, it's... Whoa there. Gone for tomorrow. 12 subs right there. Now, it must definitely be the cleavage. Thank you so much, Gone for tomorrow.
Balls out.
To Lion of Night, Visiting Boss, Skyline, Edgar.